Hi guys, welcome to Millgap Farms. It's really pretty out here today. We got our first, I say significant, but we got snow. Check it out. You can see it. It's here. It melted yesterday. You can see up on the mountain, not much snow, but you look in the trees, quite a bit of snow. So we got a lot going on the farm today. Got to start off doing chores. I've done most of the chores already. Pretty much like every day, we start our day off with chores. And I forgot to take the water and dump it yesterday. I'm not sure why I did that, but for sure, it's frozen and the water's coming out. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to unthaw this thing because it's my only water. The other one broke over the weekend. So I'm just gonna put some fresh water from our spring in here. That's probably around 50, 58 degrees maybe. That's in there, it's frozen. There we go. If I break this, I'm gonna have a bad day. Oh yeah! Got some of it anyway. Yeah, baby! Alright, I don't know if that's really gonna work, we'll see. Well, that's not gonna work. I left my container in the other barn, but I had an extra one here in the red barn, so I'm gonna fill it up. I'm actually not gonna fill it up. I'm gonna get about halfway full. And then I'm gonna head up to the barn or head up to the layers next. That's all we need in there. What's up, girlfriend? I'll come over and get a kiss from you in a minute. I've already fed the animals. I've already fed the chickens and the turkeys this morning here, but they didn't have the water, and that's what I've got to do now. It was frozen. The top was off, but it was still sitting here, and that was silly. I don't know why I did that. So that's all you do, slide it down. That should work. What's up, Spot? How are you today? Hey, girlfriend, you need a name. Hi, Tommy. Hey, TJ. TJ is Tommy Jr. That's one of Tommy's babies. All right, let's go over here and talk to Jersey. All right, Jersey. Can you give me, what? No, that's Daisy. No, that's Jersey. Jersey doesn't like me much. Come here, Daisy. Come here. Where's my kiss? Give me a kiss. Mwah, good morning. Hi, Neko. Give me a kiss, Neko. Give me a kiss. That's a camera. That's your, say hi, Neko. Can I give him a kiss? Mwah, good morning. All right, let's try to see if Eddie will do it. Eddie's never given me a kiss. Come here, Eddie. And Eddie will probably never give me a kiss. How about you, Jersey? Can you give me a kiss? No, I'm gonna touch you on the bum. Oh, that gets you nervous, don't it? All right. Okie dokie. So we'll let that fill up while I put my water in the back of the side-by-side. Talking about water, if you guys are thinking about doing a farm, let me give you two pieces of advice that'll really help you. And I wish somebody had given them to me a long time ago. Number one, make sure you got your fencing right. Don't bring any animals on your farm unless you've got the proper fencing. And when you think about fencing, invite another farmer to come over and check out your fencing. Because even though you think you got it, an experienced farmer especially will know whether your fencing is going to work or not. I mean, we have pretty good fencing, as you can tell. Look, so we have this wooden fence. That's a 3-board fence, and that's used for large animals. It is not used for sheep. So if you had a 3-board fence like us and you put sheep in there, they're coming out, I guarantee it. And that's not just me telling you that, that's me actually watching it happen. And the second thing you want to think about is water. Have your water systems in place before you bring animals onto the farm. Because if you don't, you're going to be moving water, or you potentially could have a lot of problems. Like an animal can live, a week or so without food, but he's not living too long without that water. And if something were to happen and you didn't have the water, boy, that would just be tragic. On our farm, we've had a lot of water problems. I'm not going to kid you. Part of it is by fault of my own because we didn't set it up correctly. The other part is our spring dried up. So when that spring dries up, my 3 sets of pastures that I have fenced, they're not getting water. So that means we have to start moving water. We did a lot of that last summer. I don't want to do that again. But in that situation, you simply don't know. So having that water system set up in the beginning and a backup plan, now that makes a lot of sense. Oh no, water's running out. Talking more about water, you might be thinking, why am I not using my automatic waterers? I mean, on a warm part of the day, you probably could. But in the mornings and night, you absolutely cannot. That water will get frozen. But what's worse is that hydrant. It's called a hydrant. The water spigot goes down in the ground about 2 feet. If that gets frozen and breaks, your whole system is compromised. Bad thing. So every night here on our farm, we go ahead and fill up everybody's water, shut off that water, and disconnect the hose. Be sure you disconnect that hose, because if not, it could potentially leave water in the head. Then you're gonna have a problem. In the comments, ask me how I know. All right. Part of my chores today is to get some firewood for the cottage. We have a guest coming in, I think tomorrow or the next day. We're gonna make sure we have enough firewood for them. Over there you'll see the sheep. If anytime they're around the alpacas, I don't feed the alpacas, because they'll just bully the alpacas and take the feed. Another thing I need to do in the cottage is fix the door. We have these doors, and although they have door handles, they don't work like a door handle. There's little catches at the top, and in time they break. The design is what it is, and I haven't found a better one, so I got to replace one, or I've got to do some adjusting on it. I'm heading up to feed the ducks now. Oh man, yeah, they're still in there. They can't go out. I locked them in last night, so unless they flew, which they don't do, they're still in there. We have 2 kinds of ducks, maybe 3 or 4 kinds of ducks on the farm. But mainly we have a Peking flock, a little small one, and then we have a little bit bigger flock of like mallards and other types of ducks too. You guys want to come out? You probably don't. Okay, that's not gonna work. You guys gotta go over there. Check this out, guys. Stupid dog cracks me up. She'll go up on the mountain. She brings everything down. In this case, a pelt from a deer. Oh boy. I've seen her bring whole halves of deer down, like both hindquarters. That's crazy. Alright guys, got the fish fed, gates open, time to head up in the bush. You can see the tracks of the sheep. They go all through here looking for little bits of grass. I think that's a behavioral thing, because they have plenty of hay. This is a maple. Now, where it was sitting, probably didn't have a good life expectancy anyway, but it's still a maple. Let's get it cut off. I'm really hoping we don't have too many more blockages on the way up. We had a really big ice storm. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week, right before we went out of town. And that delayed our trip. Isabel and I came in and did a video. It's really neat. But there was things dropping left and right. Oh, it was spooky, really spooky. All right. Oh no, that's a new tree down. Oh boy. I don't know what that came off of. That's a maple too. I don't think we're gonna make it to this section today because we got some stuff above it we need to complete first. This is always a fun section to do though. It's not real big. Round turn. Oh, that's a maple. Ow! Ow, ow. Okay, more trees down. Funny little note, guys. Always put it in neutral before you stop. Whoa! You guys see those trees up there? I see two root balls. Another one smashed here. Oh wow, those are huge. This is a section right here we haven't tapped yet. Mainly because I'm just exhausted by the time I'm trying to get everything tapped. The actual tapping of the trees. And when I say we haven't tapped it, we haven't run lines. That's what I mean. And by the time I'm done tapping, physically drilling and tapping every tree, I'm pretty much wore out. So at this point, this is a section of the farm that we probably can gain 400 or 500 taps in, but I'm not ready to do that quite yet. Let's go ahead and get this tree out of the way and we'll keep moving on up. Okay guys, we got another tree right up here we gotta cut. I'll get this one later. Another maple. Oh wow. Alright guys, here's a perfect opportunity for us to talk about maple versus other trees. It's pretty easy to identify a maple, even in the wintertime. Let me show you how you do it. So, right off the bat, you kind of look at it and you think, that could be an oak, it could be many different kinds of trees, but this is always the telltale sign. See this branch right here? See these two laterals? That's called opposed branching. There are only two trees. There are only two trees in our region that have opposed branching. One is the ash tree, the other is a maple. In this case, this is a straight maple. It's one that never gets big enough to tap, and we don't tap it because they don't get big enough, but they do work for firewood if that's what you need. We tend to use other things for firewood. You could use this for maple though. If you had enough of them and they were big enough, you could tap the tree and get maple syrup out of it. So right now this is in our way. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. I'm probably gonna take this section and put it down low, put these sections up high, and then we're gonna move on and see if we can get to the section we're looking for. We're trying to get up here. So we got just around the hill here is where we're gonna park. I'm going to work on the other side with the left side of the road and go up. I'll show you that in a minute. Wow, I'm really bumming, guys. That is a monster tree. Wow, and there's two of them, 2 or 3 of them. Oh, terrible. guys, those trees are gonna stay there until next fall, and I'll pull them off the mountain and use them as firewood. Oh no, I did it. No. Oh, I got lucky, guys. Not always can you get it in neutral. And on these particular models, they gotta be in neutral to start. Wow, okay, got lucky. Oh, wow. No way. Oh, I'm bumming. I think that's an oak though. And it's a maple. Oh, stars. Guys, look at this. Came down right there. Oh boy. That is a tremendous amount of firewood. We're gonna have to split this line right here. Pull it off. We're gonna have to split this line, or we're gonna have to cut this off now, because this is a section that we're working. 2 or 3 laterals up is where we need to start, and we're doing everything coming down. Wow. That was such a pretty maple. Now I know for sure that maple is no longer going to be good for us. But get this, because it still has a root ball and it's still alive at this point, we're going to tap it and tap it a lot. And then next year we're going to pull it out and just use it for firewood. So we call that a cull tree, and we'll just pull it out then. But right now, I need to cut the top of it so my line will go across, and then we can start in this section over here working. All right, guys, anytime you don't have to put a fitting in, you're doing better or good. Let me say that. If I can get this cut off, I don't have to put a fitting in. There's one more spot that's not sort of choked down, if you know what I mean. So I gotta say that hurt, guys. Whew. I cut the log in various lengths so I can put it on my log splitter. Somehow I'll burn whole, but at least we don't have to do any fittings now. So we don't have to split it and put a fitting in. That's a good thing. Guys, I've clearly broken a sweat. That's the #1 thing I didn't want to do. Up here in the woods, if you get sweaty, you can get chilled, and that's pretty much going to end your day. At least in my case, it will. And whenever I get a sweat that I don't resolve, I get chilled. So guys, I have a good amount of experience in the woods, and I know from my body that when I begin to sweat, I start peeling layers off. I want to dry out as fast as I can so I can stay in the woods as long as I can. Let me show you what we're going to do. Now, the main line is right over there, about 150 meters in, okay? The other side of the main line is done, all the way to the top, wrapped around, about 3 laterals up. From there to the top is done. From there, coming down, all the way over to the lateral. You can see trees down along the way. And then it's gonna go out sort of on a finger. Well, it's not a finger, it's gonna sort of go out around the road and come back down. And then we have from the main line there and this side of the farm left to do. So normally these sections take about 3 days, maybe 5 days at the most to finish up. Since I got a lot of trees down, guys, that's probably not gonna be the case this year. So I got about an hour before lunch. I'm gonna get geared up, head up, and work my way back down to the side-by-side. Then I'm gonna go have lunch with my wife. So, let me show you where I'm gonna hook it. If I didn't show you this in a video, a previous video, that's a double hook. I got it hooked on, grab it. Hey man, I'm good. All right, guys, I'm all geared up. Got everything ready. let's go into the bush and get something done. What I like to do, guys, is walk up and work down. That makes it a little bit easier when I come out. I guess it doesn't really matter. What do you guys think? Should I work up and then walk down the road? Or should I walk up the road and work down the bush? This is always a hard section to ride up in the side-by-side. The Kubota doesn't like it. The Yamaha eats it up like it's nothing. Always a lot of rocks here though. I'm heading over that way to do this lateral here, and the second lateral. Actually, it looks like I gotta go up higher. I'm not sure, let's go up higher. Oh, it looks like that one's done. I bet you I didn't get undone from last year. Oh boy, more trees down. Yep, they're done right there. And that looks like it's done too. So I'm not really sure. But we're gonna head down and head in. Sketchy. Sketchy. Oh boy. No. That's a huge tree. All right, guys, looks like I've already got this one done. You can see right here it's seated. You know, I can't tell if that's new, so we're gonna put one on it anyway. This could have been one left over from last year. This was Emily's side. So leave a comment about that if you like. I like to give her grief. There's a little water in it too. So we're gonna start right here, work our way down, back to the main line, sweeping as we go over towards the side-by-side. All right, guys, I don't really think I got a lot of taps done, maybe 40 of them. That puts me better than where I was when I started, but I got a whole bunch of trees down over there, and it's sort of like pickup sticks, so I'm gonna have to get those off. But right now, I'm gonna have lunch with my wife. So let me go do that. I'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Guys, I gotta say lunch was really good. Emily had some tomato soup made from tomatoes from our friends' gardens. We got some tomatoes too, and they might have some of our tomatoes in it, but it was absolutely delicious. We had tomato soup, garlic bread, and she made homemade garlic bread. Well, she made bread, and then she turned it into garlic bread. And that was the icing on the cake. Well, no, I'm actually lying. The icing on the cake was the fresh milk. Ooh, that is good stuff. Pretty soon we'll do a video about how we milk our cow and share that with you guys. I love milk. Right. Always lock your gate. It is a little chilly. It's a little chilly now that I've cooled off. So I'm gonna have to start walking again and try to get warm. Might put all my clothes back on too. Up in the woods, you'll see it's starting to get dark in there already. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and since that's so steep, that's where it gets dark first. So guys, once the sun goes down, it not only gets dark, but it gets pretty cold too. All right guys, I'm in the bush, and I'm a little deeper than I was earlier. Let me turn around. Can you see me better? All right, so I'm in the bush. Let me show you where I am. We did this morning, just this little section right here. The side-by-side was parked down over there. But when I got in here, I noticed that tree was down, another tree is down, and yet a third tree is down. And so right here is on top of our lines. Down there is also on top of our lines. That's coming across the main line, but it's wedged up in the top of another tree. I'm not sure if that's a maple or a cherry. I'm gonna guess what went down is an older maple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get up in here. I'm only going to cut off what's holding my lines down. I'm going to go across the top of it, and then we'll fix it in the spring or summer. Maybe not the spring, because by spring I'm probably going to be tired. I don't think I'll fix it in the spring, guys. We'll just see. I'm gonna set the camera up and you guys can kind of see how I'm doing this. So you guys know this is definitely not a chainsaw channel or a wood kind of channel. We do wood on the farm, but in reality, in the maple season, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And so although in this video, it seems like that's the theme of this one, because there's a lot of trees down and that ice storm took a bunch of them. And we had some pretty bad windstorms here this season too. So I am not finished in the bush doing my well, it's not untapping. What we're doing is we're removing the taps and we're putting new taps on. So as I'm going through the bush, I'm fixing problems. In this case, it would be the trees. So let's get down there and get those fixed, and then we'll get back to work. So guys, in case you didn't see what I was doing, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I did. Let me show it to you. So it looked like down through there was a tree on top of the line. I went ahead and cut it and now pulled it up. You can see right there where there's a tree on top of the line, and that's gonna be okay. All right, right in that area right there where you can see the orange flagging, that was, the line was actually on the ground. Where the orange flagging is, we gotta repair that. Over here, a potential repair as well. You can see that there's a line going under the tree. That's gonna be okay because when we push the line down, it's gonna go straight through, no problem. Oh, I hate that, hate that, hate that. No, don't smack me in the air. Ouch! Boogers. Woo! Caught it right in the chest. So guys, it's been a pretty good day here in the woods. Aside from a lot of trees being down. Wow! It took me probably 30 to 45 minutes just to get up into the section where I wanted to work. And then after I got in that section, even more trees down. So it's been a lot of chainsawing today. Not normal for our channel, but that's what I had to do in order to get into the bush, to do my work. And there's more. Can you believe it? So after lunch, I cut the big trees off, as you saw. And once that all was done, I went in and started getting all the lines working. And then you know what? I found even more trees down. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do tomorrow is come in the woods and start cutting again. I probably have 3 or 4 trees down. One tree's gone across the line, I think 3 or 4 times, because it kind of zigzags down and that tree just went bam over the whole thing. So I'm gonna have to get that tree off. And then that's about the area that I'm gonna start and then start sweeping all the way down. At this point in time, I'm at the hairpin turn, just went through it, and this is sort of the most southernmost part of our farm. I have trees below me. I've got trees in this little loop right here. I love doing this loop. It's very quick, it's easy. Not there yet. Maybe I'll get there in 3 or 4 more days, we'll see. For the most part, I'm done for the day. I wanna go play with my kids. So I love living out here in the middle of nowhere and not having, you know, crazy distractions that could, you know, pull me away from my family. And although you can probably say that maple syrup is a little bit of a distraction, and rightly so at this time of year, I'm really busy. But it does offer me the opportunity, on occasion, to spend some time with my family. This afternoon, I was able to have lunch with my wife. It was a lot of fun. So now I'm gonna go do a little sleigh riding with the kids. Thank you guys for watching our videos. We hope you enjoy them as much as we enjoy making them for you. If you are enjoying this content, consider giving us a thumbs up. We'd love to have you back here on the channel. We're doing videos about every other day. And I think that's gonna be it, guys. So until next time, God bless you. All right, down we go. This ought to be a hoot. As soon as that sun dips right below there, buddy, it gets cold. It gets cold fast. Whoa, that's slick. What are you guys doing over there? That's a good view, guys. That is pretty. You are going to kill yourself, girl. What? You're gonna kill yourself. Now get up. Let's go sleigh ride together. Can you give us a push? Put your feet Wait for the camera. Ah, my bum. Ah, there goes Gabriel. Woo! Okay, Gabriel's turn. So guys, every day I love to take time with my kids. I would suggest you do the same thing. They love it, and I think you'll like it as well. I love sleigh riding. This is fun. Okay, what's fun is watching him come down because he is going to crash for sure. Yeah, he's going down. Yep. I figured he'd hit before now. Bad idea. Put your hat on. He's going down. Oh, that was a good landing. Come on, Gabriel. Show us what you got, buddy. Now you gotta go get it, Iz. It's gonna go okay.
One more time.
Oh, he's going. Put your hat down. So you guys do not want to help me do the do butterfly? Okay. Keep playing. How many of you guys like sledding? How about this? In the comments below, tell me your craziest or most fun sledding story, and I'll share one of mine too.